Jeff Hamlin. Tough customers.
Most anybody, like Mike said, that comes through the court system up there has either done wrong or been wronged, and they're having a bad day. If they're up there, most probably they're not up there just to see a buddy. So they're having a bad day, and I feel like that you meet them with a smile and you're as nice to them as they'll let you be, and deal with the issue at hand. I would take it maybe one step a little bit further, and I would want my ladies that were in that office to feel safe and comfortable if we did have somebody come in that was irate or whatever, that they knew that we're not going to tolerate that kind of activity in the office, and that they wouldn't be on edge when we had somebody like that. On emergency situations, I've had to take people out of their house and make them stay out of their house. Then that's their house. And if you don't think that's stressful and hard to handle, let somebody's stuff be burning up and you're holding them out in the front yard and their house is burning down around them. That's really tough. But through my years' experience with handling that emergency situation like that, I feel like that would give me an up on taking care of a situation at the courthouse.
Thank you. Jason Raines.
In my years working with Board of Public Utilities, you see a lot of rough stuff. You can be sent out to cut somebody's electricity off, and they may come out and they may be a parent with several children, and they could be going from crying to giving you the worst talking to that you can possibly imagine, but it was just part of the job that you had to do. You were sent there to cut it off, and you had to do it. But you also had to remember too that they're the same as you. We're all human. Sometimes in life you're going to get thrown a curveball, and you have to remember that even if you're elected circuit court clerk, that's nothing. It's a job that Henry County elected you to do. There's not a lot of difference between you and that person. You could be in that person's shoes. Life could have threw you a curveball where you could be there. So you have to stop and reflect on how would you want to be treated. And I personally think that it doesn't matter what kind of talking to that you get. You still have to be the most respectful, courteous person that there is, because sometime in life things could have been different, and that could have been you. And money brings out the evil in a lot of people. It's something that anybody could go through in their life at one point, could have a problem with money and be in a position where it's going to cause you to do a lot of things and say a lot of things that you wished you wouldn't have said. And I'd say most times that as long as you're courteous and respectful, at the end of the day, they're going to know that too, and they're probably going to wish that they wouldn't have talked to you that way. So you just have to handle everything like you would want to be talked to.
Thank you very much. And Donald Dunning.
Going last is sort of difficult. Everybody has talked about everything that I wanted to talk about, but I had an old friend that he passed away not too long ago, and he said whatever it is in life, the main thing is to remain calm. And if somebody comes in there, if they're a victim or the abuser or whatever it is, chances are they don't want to be in there any more than the next person. But you would have to listen to these people, try to calm them down, treat them with respect. And, you can't kill them, but you can kill them with kindness. And try to get people calmed down and understand, look, we've got a job to do. Let us do our job, and you'll get out of here quicker. But, going last is really difficult.
All right. Speaking of going last, one final question, and then we'll have 1 minute closing statements, all right?
Okay.
This is looking at the clerk as office manager, and we'll cover two topics that you've heard discussed earlier in the other portions of the forum. One has to do with parking, the other has to do with employing close friends or relatives in your office. And we'll start with Stephanie Williams. What would be your policies regarding these topics, employee parking and the hiring of friends or relatives?
I believe that the parking around the court square should be reserved for the citizens of the county that has business with the office. I believe there are lots behind the old J.C. Penney's building and other lots in town that the employees can park in. As far as hiring friends and family, I don't believe that is a good practice. Those relationships could get a little tangled up and a little hard to do your job when your friends and family are there. So I would say that I would not do that. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Jeff Hamlin, parking and employment.
Well, like Stephanie has said, I believe that those spaces around the court square ought to be reserved for the customers of the courthouse. You don't go to Walmart and all 40 of their employees that are there are parked in the front door. So I think you would kind of look at it like that. You would reserve those for the paying customers and the people that put one of us five in office. As far as hiring friends or family, I don't think that's a good practice at all. You just don't work. You don't bring home to work. So I could only see that as causing problems. You need to have a professional relationship with the people that are working for you, and if you hire a friend, most of the time it don't work out, and you end up losing a friendship and an employee.
All right, thank you. Jason Rain.
Working in a small business, as I did through high school and my first year of college, I seen firsthand what that does to a business when you have a lot of people that work in businesses that sit out there and park. That takes revenue away from those businesses. It takes it away from the courthouse. The courthouse is a business. It's the business for the citizens of Henry County. There is ample places to park, like Stephanie said, behind the J.C.'s, down beside the old Gwynn's building. That is for public parking. Doesn't have a 2-hour time limit. I believe those spaces around the court square and in front of all small businesses should be for the citizens of Henry County. Should be for people that are come there for business, not people that work in the office. And on family, I don't believe in any situation where family should be hired or friends. As Jeff said, and not to keep trying to repeat, that might be your best friend, but I guarantee after you hire them, more than likely at the end of it, they're not going to be. And with family, that's just that gets too much into making a lot of people in Henry County mad. I mean, those jobs are available for the most qualified people. Whoever puts in a resume, and when you hire somebody that's family, it looks like right then that you're showing favoritism and hiring somebody that's family. And I can guarantee that if I'm blessed with being elected, that's one thing that I will never do, even if it's a cousin 3 times removed. I won't hire family or friends. Thank you.
Thank you. Donald Dunning.
I believe the parking around the court square is a serious problem. As the merchants have explained to me down there, they've got a price tag on what each one of them parking places brings into the businesses in the downtown business. They're there for the citizens of Henry County. They're not there for the employees of Henry County. And as far as hiring family, I have a real problem with that. Family and friends, if you want to alienate a friend, have him go to work for you or have her go to work for you. It's not doing the citizens of Henry County any justice to hire somebody in the family, because if there's a death in the family or an illness, chances are it's going to be carried over, and instead of having one employee out that day, you're liable to have 2 or 3. And that's not fair to the citizens of Henry County, and it's not fair to the other people that's in that office that's going to have to cover for 2 people or 3 people being gone versus just one. Thank you.